Brilliant. So I'm here with brothers Joe and James as part of Slow Country. We're actually in the George Tavern at the moment. Slow Country are a seven-piece band from Manchester, I believe, originally. And I mean, do you guys want to just give us a bit of an idea of like what sort of genre the band are, who's in the band? Yeah, a bit more about that, really.
Yeah, sure. So we're a folk rock, alternative, bit of country, a little bit of indie, a little bit, of, a bit of rock and roll.
Cover all
So
bases.
yeah, it's broad. When we first started, we didn't really know what we were. We started right at the end of 2022, and we had some songs that were like, I don't know, like very heavy, very fuzzy, and we had some that were like, little
Indie
lovely,
pop.
lovely ballads. Yeah, a bit of dream poppy. But I think we've gradually started to become a little bit more ourselves. I think so. Yeah,
And that's helped by the people we've got in the band and the instruments we've got in the band. So we've got I sing and play guitar. James sings and plays guitar. We've got Mirren on violin. Gina on keys and accordion. She also sings. Charlie also sings on guitar.
Wow.
Finn's on bass, and Ben also sings and plays drums.
So is there not a typical frontman? Would you say it's slightly responsibilities are shared?
There's many different songwriters in the band, and the songs come from anywhere. And if you write them, you sing them. We don't just say someone should just sing them all. But
And
Charlie,
is
James,
it
and I
more
sing.
if you've written it, you're going to take the responsibility of singing it as well? Is that
Yeah.
typically-
Like the Beatles.
like the
Yeah.
Beatles?
well, yeah, like the Beatles. We're just
Similar
like the
to
Beatles.
the Beatles. Slightly edgier Beatles, maybe.
Yeah.
But
Oh, I don't know about that.
I mean, I'd say probably from listening to you guys and reading up about you as well, I'd probably say sort of So Young, Bird on the Wire. I'd say for fans of that, I think you guys would be really suited to them as well. Is that something you've noticed? Or
Oh
not
yeah, well
necessarily?
that's very nice of you to say. To be
No,
fair,
no.
because they're great magazines, and music journalism's great, and they write about all of our favourite bands. So it's like always kind of surreal when we've actually been in that kind of magazine. It's great, and it's like it's an honour. So
Mm.
yeah.
And I mean, we're actually right now at the George Tavern, which is obviously an iconic venue in itself. Obviously, the concept of these interviews is to go somewhere that means something to the artist. So why did you guys pick this pub?
Well, it's one of London and the UK's like best independent venues. It's absolutely amazing. It was our first ever London show, so it means a lot to us. Like we kind of moved, half of us moved down here, so like this place is like where it all started in a way. If we were in Manchester, we'd be at Fuel Cafe Bar.
Oh,
What a
I've been
place.
there actually.
You have, yeah.
by chance.
What a place. Yeah.
And retro as well.
Yeah, that was our second ever gig in retro.
Is
Yeah.
it? Okay.
But
Yeah. Our first was at Fuel. Our second was at Retro. Manchester's great, and it's nice having two different cities as your home for your band. Because three of us still live up in Manchester.
How come? Is that where you sort of grew up? Is it or?
Well, no, we're very southern. Oh, well, we were born in Nottingham, but grew up in Basingstoke, Roundabout
Oh, yeah.
City. It's called,
Yeah.
and the very high proportion of roundabouts. Let's getting sidetracked there. But yeah, no, we
A nice sidetrack.
Yeah, we all met in Manchester though. So, yeah.
Okay, and I mean, did you guys?
Well, me and Joe.
How did
our
the band?
brothers.
How did the band all meet? Just through the scene, or were you schoolmates?
Well, I mean, I moved to Manchester only 2 years ago, so Joe knows everybody. Basically, we've sort of, it's like the Fellowship of the Ring. We've sort of like, people have come through and joined the band, and we've got a big band family.
Have you had comers and goers, or?
No.
No?
Yeah.
Only
yeah,
income.
yeah.
So it's only getting bigger.
It's only getting bigger.
Big
yeah.
family.
We're looking, hit double figures by 2026.
Is the line drawn or no?
there's always room. The brass band's next. Tin whistle.
Crikey. And I mean, where does the actual name, the Slow Country, come from as well?
Our first ever gig at Fuel Cafe Bar was we initially called ourselves Slow Horses. So we liked the imagery, we liked the folky feel of it. But then Gary Oldman and his TV show ruined that for us, so we had to change the
Oh.
name. And we went with Slow Country. It's got a similar sort of like imagery. I like the idea of it being like a place, and people can come into the Slow Country and.
So perhaps it
Yeah.
almost feels quite fitting your name for this interview, almost in terms of a place holding quite a meaning to you guys in a strange way.
It's kind of like a mythologized place, I guess. It's where where we exist.
I mean, I've noticed your cover arts for your 2 singles so far have potentially played on that a little bit, have they? I mean, there's a horse in one, birds in another. I mean, where's that sort of come from?
Oh, so we met our friend Hugo. He's an amazing artist. I met him at my friend Anna's show. She was running a gallery at the time. She's an amazing person in like the art scene in London. He was there and he was exhibiting some stuff, and he's a really amazing, like arresting artist. Like his was like the first painting I saw when I went through the door, and like he does these amazing like sort of I don't know, like very atmospheric sort of paintings. They're quite simple in a way, lots of like animals but with very weird perspective and stuff. And we asked him if he'd be interested in doing our artwork, and like we just absolutely love him. He's great.
Is he almost another member of the band in that sense?
Part of the family,
Part of the family
yeah.
as
Why
well.
not? I mean, we've signed no contracts yet, but he's I like to think of Hugo. I mean, just a great guy, and talented guy.
Clearly,
It
it really fits the music well as well, which is.
Yeah. Oh, thank you very much,
No,
man.
that's all right.
Yeah, if the Slow Country's a place, then he shows where it is. He brings it to
You
life.
can hear the
Yeah.
music and sort of take it there almost.
Yeah, I mean, I hope Hugo thinks that way. We're not just like bastardizing his beautiful work, but we find it fits really well.
Yeah. And actually touching back on the George, I mean, that first gig, you're able to give a bit more insight into how that went down, who was supporting, what you're playing.
I've got such a bad memory for who we tend to play with. Do you remember who was? Please.
I think. Well, I think were we still living in Manchester at the time? We were, and I think it was probably our first show outside of the city. And was it not? Did we do some? Oh no, we did Oxford and Nottingham. But then I think it was
Tour.
Sheffield. Yeah. We
First one, the big smoke. Like,
yeah, first one down here. And I remember we played with this band called Douglas in Fur, who were really good. They're really nice guys. We played with, I think, this band called the Queen's Head as well.
Oh, they're amazing.
Who were
think I've
really,
heard of
really
them
cool.
actually, straight,
Very,
yeah.
very cool. And I don't know were we headlining? I feel like we might have been. I don't know how we managed that, but it was great. Like we both of us been here before. Seen lots of gigs here because we grew up just outside of London, and and yeah, like it's a great venue. I got too drunk, as I always do at gigs.
Typically.
As
you should.
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, that's what it's for.
Would you like people to come to your gigs and have a few pints as well, get on it?
Oh
or-
yeah, 100%. Yeah, but also like sober people as well. Why
They're all
not?
they're all welcome.
Everyone's welcome. Come along.
I did
Yeah.
see actually. I was going through the archives. Did I see you guys? Were you support act for Last Dinner Party as well?
Yeah, that was the shows in Nottingham and Oxford.
Oh, really cool.
Yeah, that was just pre Nothing Matters, I think. So they still had like all the buzz and like great shows for us at the time, like sold out shows, lovely like attentive audience.
Did you guys know, having interacted with them, that they were sort of going to go on to where they are right now? Almost?
Yeah, it's quite easy to see like they're like easily one of the best bands of the last like decade, if not
They're
more.
huge now,
So
yeah.
very deserving
And
of everything.
how'd that opportunity come about in the first place?
We know them pretty well. I know Georgia very well. She's my girlfriend.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
right, okay.
So yeah. So not saying we like
You
we use
occasionally-
weaponize
occasionally talk to
nepotism. I mean, you're putting words in my mouth now.
No.
But you know, it was like
You play with your friends, don't you?
you do play with your friends, and yeah, it was beautiful shows. I think that went really well. That was pre-violin for us. It was early days.
It does feel like a good fit, to be fair, in terms musically as well, I would say.
We absolutely love their stuff. They're like such a great band, and you know, like it's infectious what they do. You know.
Does it always give you an
and-
extra, I don't know, an extra kick? To
Oh,
really
definitely,
kick on for you guys
an
as well?
inspiration massively. You know, like they're an incredible bunch of musicians and songwriters, and you know, we've got a very different style, like
An
band to
approach, I
band
suppose,
and that. Yeah. But you know, what a band. So yeah, that was great. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, anyway, coming on to the actual music now. We're finally there. I have to admit, it wasn't long ago that I discovered you boys. It was actually, I'm not sure how it came about. I think it might have been recommended. I was going through might have been a So Young playlist or something like that. And I had a look at Walking Song, and I can remember having it about 7 times on repeat on my walk for like daily
thank you.
walk, and I was like, it suddenly just kicks in with intent, and you're like, I feel for on a walk. I hadn't read there's the intent. Yeah, and I mean, was there a reason out of your work that was the first song? I feel like to me it's quite an statement of intent almost.
Yeah, it was very deliberate. We went to like the studio and recorded a few different songs, maybe like 2, 3 actually, and we just felt like it wasn't quite right for what we were trying to display. Like first release is like really important. Obviously, we wanted to show people the world.
Never released anything at all, not even a sort of
No, we
demo or anything. No.
Some live sessions. Yeah, we did a live session with our friend Matt. Oh yeah, maybe it's on the you know, rarities is somewhere lost
You have
in
to pay
YouTube.
good
Yeah,
money
yeah, that's
to-
for the Patreons, yeah, for the OnlyFans. And
What content?
yeah, we recorded 2 songs with Matt, who's from Liverpool, who's our really good friend, and yeah, we had this song called 2 by 1 that was like a very sort of like quite punky, almost like a Radioheady sort of song.
Yeah.
And we were thinking like, I don't know whether it's what we want to do going forward, maybe. So we wrote this song. We'd had knocking about for ages, to be fair, and yeah, it took us a long time to crack it. You know, songwriting's weird because sometimes it flows out in a day, or sometimes it's like a year or something. So that one was a long one, but it was good.
Did you have? Because it's quite up and down the song. Was it that you might have written a few of the sort of heavier bits at one point and the quieter bits, or did that sort of come in one?
We started with like the riff, and it was like really kind of like hypnotic, you know, and it kind of like came out from there, kind of like almost that riff sort of like demanded like crescendo. So yeah, it took a while. Like, me and James were like agonizing over the guitar parts for ages, but yeah, I'm glad we released that one first because it feels right. It's good fun.
Yeah. And I mean, I know artists sometimes don't want to give away the meaning behind them. I mean, what is the thinking behind the lyrics? I mean, who wrote the lyrics?
I wrote the lyrics. It was supposed to be like a chaotic kind of dreamscape about like your inability to find your way home when you're lost, you know, physically or kind of emotionally, a bit like distance, and you can't find your way back to what you're like grounded in. And the song, like, you know, the riff and the musicality feels quite like a journey in a way. So it kind of fit well that it was music and lyrically about a journey as well.
Was that from a concept, or was that from an experience you had?
From a concept, I suppose. I started with some lines that were quite like evocative, I guess, and then it kind of flowed from there. It's like, okay, this is what it's about. It's about journey, and it started with like the BPM. I was like, what's the best pace to walk to? Because that'd be interesting. So if you really want to start, that's how it
So
started.
were you walking around the room sort of like 70 BPM,
Oh, yeah,
130 or sort of?
Oh yeah. There's the best walking song of all time is "Superstition" by Stevie Wonder.
Oh.
That's great, you know.
You get a swagger.
Shout out to my first ever band. That was the first song we played.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, at school. Yeah.
What was the band called?
We were called Pink Mist.
Okay.
Which was, actually kind of all right now I think about it now. Like, I'd go see Pink Mist. Yeah. We were in our school uniform.
Was that we looking at older brother a bit like,
Yeah.
it's not the one, mate? But I mean, the fact that you guys had early days bands, was it ever, do you think it was only inevitable that eventually you were going to end up in the same band together?
It's our mum and dad's dream.
Was
We were like, to be fair,
Big
we've
proud
always,
parents.
yeah, we've always been musical, me and James, and like we've always been in bands. But he was in other cities, I was in other cities, and it's nice when it finally happened. I was always like the plan, coming to Manchester and starting it together.
So was your mum giving you a bit of a sort of, like, you guys should do it together, shouldn't
Yeah.
you?
You handsome boys, you should do it together.
It's like, I am, aren't I? Like, so-
Yeah. Thanks, Mum.
And then, of course, your other single out is Right There Inside, which from listening to it touches on themes of potentially nostalgia. I mean, can you tell us a bit more about that as well? Did you write
Sure.
it as well, or?
Well, we all write the songs together, but I came with like the bass idea and the lyrics, and yeah, it's about like an overindulgence in nostalgia. It's like, I don't know if you have those friends where like maybe like old school friends or something, and you go back and you see them, and it's like or you might be like stuck in this like nostalgic moment where all you can talk about is things that happened in the past, and it's
Yeah.
like a cry to stop that in a way and start living in the moment, because nostalgia's kind of dangerous in high doses.
So potentially not holding on to certain people in a sense. Is that what you're kind of trying to say? Or
Maybe not
in
like
that
certain people,
sense?
but it's like let's make memories, new memories, rather than just reminiscing about how good the old ones were. Yeah.
And what was the whole recording process of that song?
Oh, so we did that one right after New Year last year, and it was, or was it this year? It was this year, wasn't it? Yeah, no, it was this year. In Liverpool again with our friend Matt, who's amazing. Carney Sound Production, shout out.
Shout out.
And we did it in a rehearsal studio in Liverpool, and it was freezing cold. It just didn't stop raining the whole time, and like we didn't have anywhere to sit. I've got like a sort of chronic, like sort of tired, I don't know if it's like an actual chronic fatigue sort of thing, but I sleep a lot. And I remember just like having to like take a nap, and there was nowhere to sit at all. I was just like on the floor covered in guitar cases, just as like a blanket, and everything's just freezing cold. Yeah,
That's
and
rock and roll, that, isn't it?
oh yeah.
Nice.
But it was really nice working with Matt, and going up to Liverpool. It's like it's a great place to be, and and we got our friend Nathan as well, who's a bigger part of the sort of
Family.
the big band family, to play the trumpet as well. Like Matt's partner and her sister or her mum played some horns or some like wind instruments on it as well. Our friend Jack did some saxophone on it, so it was like a big like muck-in process. It's great. And we've got another one coming soon as well.
I mean, how easy, with obviously quite a big team working behind it, how easy is it to be that collaborative with the 7 bandmates, when obviously sometimes does it need someone to sort of take charge of the song and be like, this is essentially how I want it, but we'll try other things out within the process?
We've got a really strong bond, and we love each other all so much, and that really helps with like the writing, and like everyone's so patient, and it's like a really personal thing, songwriting. If someone comes with an idea, then they might have final say. But it's also like it's so personal for them, for then people to come in and start meddling with things. But because we love each other so much, I think it's easier, and we've got like a really great relationship for where we can all collaborate and tear things out, put things in, and yeah, ultimately like we trust the process.
Trust the process.
Yeah.
And you
Fuck that
managed
guy.
on the first two songs. You managed to get that space right as well, because I think it's easier with 7 artists for everyone to sort of want to show what they can do almost. But I feel like everyone's playing what's best for the song in a sense, I suppose.
Yeah, you've got to serve the song. It's like what we keep saying is, I mean, there's so many instruments, and like if you can kind of fall into the trap where everyone has written something for one section, it's like they're all great parts, but like, do they serve the song? Like it might be a case where every part has to be stripped from a section, even how beautiful it is, because it might not be called for. And we're getting quite good at that, I think.
So I suppose is that why when I was looking at your song credits, it was clear that it was obviously all 7 of you write each song. That's what it was saying on Spotify, I suppose. Is that was a conscious decision as well, I suppose.
Oh yeah, we don't want to be like Queen or the Beatles. Oh no, I mean, no, they don't. No. Or they didn't before.
Well, the
so.
Beatles, Lennon McCartney.
Yeah.
isn't
So
it?
yeah, Lennon McCartney.
Till George
so-
Harrison comes.
Yeah,
swooping
and
in,
then like poor old George on his own. But like the way that Queen used to do it, this obviously doesn't apply to nowadays because nobody buys records anymore. But like the way that Queen did it was like the B-side to Bohemian Rhapsody was "I'm in Love with My Car,"
Yeah.
which was like a Roger Taylor song. It's a terrible song. It's really funny. But like Roger Taylor got loads of money from just the 7-inch sales of Bohemian Rhapsody because it's their biggest song.
Well, they wanted that was wanting to be the single.
Yeah,
And they decided
in
to
the
flip it
movie.
out, yeah, in the movie.
So, but it ended up being the B-side. So like,
It made the right call.
yeah. But no, we're all like the. I think it's just way better to everyone has, everyone contributes. So that's the way it is, and that's the way it'll always be. Like.
And what actually influences you guys outside of music? 'Cause it's easy to always talk about music on these interviews, but actually I think it's a lot of what might come into song. It's important to have, I suppose, personalities outside of that world as well. Is that what do you guys get up to outside of it?
So there's like inspiration to be had everywhere. Like I don't know, it can be something as simple as just like going on hikes. Like went on a little like writing trip on my ones to the Lake District because we've got some family up there, and like doing a lot of hiking. That's like really important.
What you in the acoustic up there, or
I
what
did,
you
brought that up
you
there.
acoustic in a
Yeah.
tent or something?
Yeah, more or less in a house.
In a house.
But there's more to the world than just music. What else do we like? Football.
Yeah, all of our unreleased songs are actually about Liverpool Football Club.
I'd keep it unreleased though.
Oh, no. I think there's books are massively important to both of us, and reading is really important. Like one thing I always think of is this quote from my favorite movie. It's called My Dinner with Andre. It's like an old, I think it's from the 80s, and it's like just a conversation between these two old friends who have sort of become estranged, and they meet up for a dinner. It's pretty much just like a one-shot thing the whole time, and one of them's like a sort of quite like hippie sort of guy who's like a real like experimental avant-garde artist. The other one's kind of like a failed actor who's like struggling away in New York, and they meet up, and like the really avant-garde guy is like telling his friend, "Oh, you got to come out to the forests of Europe, and we'll do all these like crazy ceremonies and stuff." And then the other guy's like, "Well, you can find as much meaning in just going to the corner shop as you can. Like life is beautiful, and like you just gotta look around. Like it's cool." And that's I think that's what like it comes into songwriting definitely, but it's just life more importantly.
I found definitely living in London that feels more relevant than sort of ever for me in terms of it's so easy to be searching for sort of the next thing when actually you just got to enjoy going on your Sainsbury's shop or a walk around the park, isn't it? It's like, yeah.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, everything, like, there's beauty in everything, you know. Like, it's um, like if you're talking about like literature and stuff, like the romantic period or like the Beats or something, like they they were like every writer is observant. I think that's like, you know, part of the job. But like when I was reading that stuff when I was younger, I was like, you know, there's beauty in absolutely everything, and you know, anything can be a poem or a song, or and everything can be like a really important experience for you if you're just like if you're prepared. And that doesn't always happen, but you know.
I mean, might that
Yeah.
be, let's use the corner shop as an example. Is that almost likely where you might get when you walk into corner shop, you might almost likely get inspiration lyrically through that? Is that more how it is rather than this huge grand moment in terms of lyrics?
Yeah, I spoke about like retreating to like the Lake District to write, but maybe that's too much. I mean, like there is like
Was it a success?
yeah, it was a resounding success. But yeah, there is no like reason for our existence on Earth. There's no meaning. I don't believe in God. James doesn't believe in God. I don't believe in like any sort of purpose to why we're here, which sounds bleak, but it means like you find your own meaning, your own purpose within your own life, and there's no like greater motivator than love or like finding beauty in the mundane. So going to the corner shop is as important as anything else. It's
So
like
you don't feel, as musicians, I feel sometimes they feel this, I don't know, stress, I suppose, to feel like they're having to, I don't know, play up to this idea that they're these role model to people and they're perhaps not preaching certain points. Do you feel that in a sense, or not necessarily?
we feel a real urge to be terrible role models to the youth.
as bad as possible.
That's our desire.
That's killed all the mums out of your viewing.
Well, I think we definitely don't have enough listeners to feel we have any responsibility yet. But like I you know, like politics and just the way you act is always important. You know, like regardless of the influence that you may or may not have. And you know, I wouldn't say that many of the songs we write have like, you know, they're not really commentaries on anything outside of just our lives. You know, like we've written a few political. Well, I've written some, but you know, like I
The
think.
direction you're gonna go. Or
Well, no, I mean, why not? You know, like this is a great thing to write about. But I think of course we feel a responsibility. But like I said, yeah, I don't think anyone feels like sort of like we're their parents or anything. But yeah, no, that for people who do have a degree of influence, you know, like bigger bands and artists and stuff, I think it's really important to use it. Yeah, for sure. Like it's been great this summer seeing the way that Kneecap and Bob Dylan and, you know, like so many artists have really like come out and like use their voices. I think that's really important. You know.
yeah, they put themselves. Obviously, some people see it in a positive light, but they also put themselves under a lot of scrutiny through that as well. But I feel like they're willing to take that risk as well, I suppose.
Yeah, for sure. Like it's a really like it's a tough thing to I don't know, like speak out in a way, and you know, even though if it's something simple, you know, like I
You're
think.
putting your career on the line occasionally.
Well, yeah, no, for sure, and you know, I think it's always important to have conversations, you know, like that's saying nothing about how you have those conversations, but like it's important to engage with what's around you and try and make other people do that as well. Yeah, why not?
Yeah, like you said, it's like really important to like have the conversations, and like at the moment, like the government just aren't having the conversations. So like massive like power to Kneecap and Bob Dylan for forcing it into like the public consciousness and forcing the government to think about it and actually comment on it. I mean, they're commenting terribly, but like it's like fucking brilliant that they're forcing the issue.
Forcing change.
Yeah.
And a few times actually throughout this interview so far, I noticed relationships have been touched on a bit. How do you feel both being in relationships on a romantic level? Do you think, does that offer stability to feel like you can go out there and feel comfortable doing your craft more? Is that something you've ever been conscious of?
Yeah, definitely. Like, still no like greater motivator than love, I guess, and like, it's a beautiful thing having a really loving, supporting partner, and it definitely gives you power and the ability to act.
Have there been many? Have you written many songs based on that sort of theme?
about love? Yeah. I've written some songs for my partner George, and you've written some for Gabby as well.
My girlfriend Gab, she was trying to get me to write her a song for ages. She was like, "Come on, like where is it? Where is it?" And then like I wrote this song that was like sort of. It was about like the difficult parts of a relationship, and she was like, "What the fuck's this?" Like, oh, come on.
Have you done the other half yet?
Yeah.
No?
Well, I mean, I've got a lot of love. I like you, Gab. But yeah, no, it's interesting writing songs about, like, it's not always perfect, is it? But like at the end of the day, like having being in love is like, it's the most powerful thing in the world. Like it's amazing, and like it like it kind of, like, no matter how bad things are going, like you got a supportive person who's going to help you with, you know, like
you up and motivate.
yeah, for sure. Then of course that enables you to go and do the things that you love, which is like for me, music for us. But yeah, for sure, yeah. And like I remember you, like back in the day, when we were doing our first gigs in Manchester, Joe was always like, "Oh, here's another song about love. Here you go." And it's just they were all, you know, about that. But like not all of them happy though. You know, like there's it's fertile ground basically for writing music, and that's how it always goes. Yeah, well.
Oh, and I suppose sort of rounding this off, I'm sort of interested. You've got 2 songs out at the moment. I mean, what's next for the band? Where do you guys sort of seeing you guys evolving from there?
So we've got a new release which is coming out next month. So we're really excited for that. It's called Amy Stew. And yeah, we're really excited to share it with everyone.
What can people expect from that?
It's very... I was going to say, it's a very beautiful number.
We've gone from love to there. We go, okay.
It's again like touching on like the feeling of nostalgia, and it's one Charlie wrote, and it's about that feeling of kind of yearning, but then the feeling of kind of missing that emotion when you kind of overcome the feeling of missing someone. So it's missing someone. So it's like, yeah, it's very nostalgic, it's like very reflective onto like youth and when you're a kid. So yeah, we're really excited. We're shooting the music video this weekend. So really excited for
where are
next
you
month.
shooting it?
Up in Yorkshire, where Charlie and Finn are from.
Okay, very cool, very cool. And musically, out of the 2 songs so far, which might it lean towards more? Or?
It's actually a really good mix of both, to be honest. It's very folky. It leans a lot on like some beautiful violin lines that Miriam has written. It's quite driving. It's kind of uplifting in one of those like happy, sad ways. So yeah, it's a mixture of both.
And it's all building are these singles building into a greater collection, or is this sort of, you see these as standout singles at the moment?
Oh, the greatest collection.
The greatest, the greatest. Was an
Yeah,
early.
the greatest hits, yeah.
Greatest hit. Oh,
it's
you're there
it's
already.
coming, yeah. Yeah, well, I mean, we'd love to do. In the grand scheme of things, we're just starting out. You know, we've only got 2 songs, we've got the third on the way, and we'd love to do an EP, and just play more. But you know, whatever it will be, will be. We recorded some more last weekend as well, so we've got 2 other songs in the bank now. We're thinking maybe we'll do like a double A-side single, or maybe it'll be an EP. But you know, it never
It's
is.
not confirmed as of yet.
Yeah, we're still deciding what to do, and we're always writing songs. So you know, we just see what happens.
Something
you
might
know?
come out of nowhere, I suppose.
Yeah, why not? Yeah.
And then we briefly touched on it actually, while the camera was off, but you guys recently also recording up in Liverpool as well? I mean,
Yeah, those are the ones.
What
yeah.
were those songs with the aim to bring those out in that series, or?
Yeah. So we're going to be maybe doing those next year, putting them out next year. But we had a great time in Liverpool. We were recording with one of our heroes, Bill Ryder Jones.
Yeah, very cool.
He's great, and yeah, it was really, really fun. The songs are quite energetic, and they're 2 of the staples of our live show. So that'll be really nice to have them out, you know. But yeah, no, it's all part of the master plan. Isn't it?
And I mean, how did you get in touch with Bill in the first place? Was it both someone you agreed on, like he'll be a great fit for what we're looking to do with our vision?
We all love and admire Bill so much. Like, we met him and we were just kind of whispering to each other, like, this guy doesn't know how many times we've cried to his live sets. But we love him musically, and we've kind of known him like through the grapevine. Like, I was in another band, Trudy and the Romance, and like they've done singles with him in the past, and I met him a few times. And Charlie reached out, and he was really excited to do it. And yeah, we're really blessed and pleased that he did. So
Well, I'm looking forward to hearing those, actually. Very cool.
Thanks, man.
And just as a final question, I was quite interested to know, perhaps you've already said the answer within this interview, I'm not sure. If you could pick your dream artist to sort of support at this moment in time, who might that be?
They'd have the legs of James Brown. They'd have the arms of Dolly Parton. Sorry, no, the nails, the acrylic nails of Dolly Parton. No.
It's not a bad lineup. I'll take that.
I'll have to think about like the head and the torso. But for who else we'd like to support for real?
Oasis.
Oasis, maybe. We love Divorce so much, and we think they're one of the best bands of the last 5-10 years.
Really cool.
So would love to do that. We've got some shows coming up with Floodlights as well, and we adore them. So
where are you playing those?
We're doing Leeds, the Brudenell. We're doing the Joiners in Southampton, great venue, and Club Echorbach, if I'm saying that right.
In Cardiff.
Yes.
Oh yeah. Great venue.
Very excited. Yeah.
Oh, well, and what about you? Who might you pick?
Ooh, I don't know.
Could be. How about you go for a dead artist?
Oh, dead artist. From Tomb Raider, big torso. No, I think maybe Fugazi. We don't sound anything like Fugazi, but they're my favourite band. So.
Yeah.
That'd be one of the hardest gigs ever.
Yeah. I mean,
live up to,
their crowd were
settle them in.
Yeah, like I was reading this book about Fugazi recently, and like the shows that they used to do were like the most raucous thing ever. I think if we were supporting them, then there would be a lot of confusion, to be honest. So
the direction might have taken a different turn from there.
Oh yeah, well I'd choose it just for just for how funny that might be. But yeah.
Brilliant. Well, look, it's been an absolute pleasure at the George Tavern, and I'm actually hoping at some point in the future, one of my clock tower gigs, to hopefully get the 7-piece fitted into the little clock
squeeze,
tower, the top of London, literally. Look, this has been the Slow Country, and all aboard. Thanks for listening.
Thank you so much.
Thanks so much.
Cheers.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Great stuff.